Well, good evening and welcome to Hampton University for the state quarterfinal playoff game between the Hampton Crabbers and the Panthers from Potomac. This is Frank Edgar coming to you courtside along with my partner Wube Gabre on quarterfinal day here in the state tournament. Wube, we've watched a couple of games already. Two very exciting games. We should see another one right here with the Crabbers and the Panthers.
This should be a really competitive game. Two teams, tough, hard-nosed defensive teams, good shooting, good size. So we should be in for a treat tonight for the 6 o'clock game.
Well, we've seen some real good play so far this afternoon. LC Bird from Richmond has won their quarterfinal, and Albemarle High School from Charlottesville has won their quarterfinal. Those two will meet tomorrow afternoon. And I believe 4:15 right back here at the Convocation Center in Hampton University. Now the nightcap, Hampton and Potomac, and following Hampton-Potomac, Bethel will face off against Arlington High School, known as Wakefield. Down here we wouldn't think of it as Arlington, but Wakefield High School from Arlington faces the Bethel Bruins in the nightcap here of day one of the state tournament. Well, we've seen the Crabbers come out. They've gone to the red uniform, which Coach Brower let us know that they lost a couple close games in the black uniform, so they're going with the red tonight. Marquise Godwin, the big leader of the Crabbers, wearing number 12 tonight, not his usual 0. See if they can give a little spark to the Crabbers. They face a heck of an opponent. What do you know about Potomac?
Well, they have a great player in Nana Okapoku, Frank. He's already committed to Mount St. Mary's in Maryland, so he's a force. I got a chance to see some highlights and some games of him in the Matthew Hatfield VirginiaPreps.com Classic. So we know what they can do. I mean, they're defending state champs, Frank. They won the last 2 out of 3 state championships in the 5A division, so they're here to play. They come down to Hampton to play, and the good thing for Hampton is they are in their backyard or at Hampton University. But you can't take this Potomac team lightly. From a lot of people's perspective, they're the best team in the state right now.
Well, I want to thank Coach Keith Honore of Potomac. We spoke yesterday by telephone, and he was saying that he thinks he's got the defense to do it again this year. Potomac Panthers were the 5A champion in the Commonwealth in 2014 and again last year in 2016, and lost in the state semifinals in 2015. So they're on a roll, 4th year that they've been to the state finals, playoffs, and they are looking to get back on top. The Crabbers won the tournament back in 2012 behind the powerhouse of Sammy Royal and Jordan Baker and Cat Barber and the Perry brothers. Now they've come in with a whole new group. Marquise Godwin, Jalen Ray, and Mustadi Pitt. Those three have to carry the Crabbers this year along with some good play from the big men.
All of them have signed for the Division I schools. We talked about it earlier in the year. Jalen Ray's going to Hofstra, Godwin's going to Old Dominion, and Pitt's going to Norfolk State. So they have the caliber of talent and athletes to hang with this Potomac team. The question mark is coming off two 1-point losses, to Bethel and to Verina in the playoffs. So, as Coach Brower said before the game, they just want to try something new and mix it up a little bit with new uniforms.
Well, we're going to see that you mentioned Nana Opoku. Now, Opoku's 6'8". He averages 15 points a game, 7.5 rebounds a game, 3.5 blocks a game. He is all energetic. He's a bundle of energy. Coach Honore likes his aggression on the floor. He reminds me, just hearing about him, of Dejour Dickens, who we'll see tonight. A little taller, Dickens is, but and he's gotten to be so athletic. And I think Opoku has become the same way. Crabbers now being introduced. You see Marquise Godwin, number 12. Number 4 is Matthias Caver, a very important piece of this Crabber team. Here comes number 20, Jalen Ray, the Hofstra signee. And Coy Joyner gets the start tonight. His brother was on that championship team in 2012. So Joyner gets the call tonight. And then number 30, Mustadi Pitt, the Norfolk State future player. So the Crabbers go with what appears to be 5 guards against probably be a little bit taller team led by Nana Opoku. Also, we don't want to forget Jamal Washington, a big guard for the Panthers and a very important part. Washington had the flu in the last game, played only 18 minutes. Coach said he spent a lot of time in the hallway and scored 18 points in 18 minutes. So a big stocky guard, just signed with Millersville, a Division II school up there in Pennsylvania. So another great player, and they've got several. Elijah Camp, number 11, is going to be a good good point man for them. Shoots a high percentage of free throws. That could be the difference here tonight, free throws.
And they lost a key player, Charles Hyman's out for the year with an injury, which, according to a few people, was a big loss. So they've regrouped, though. They only have 2 losses, 1 public school loss, and that was to Norcom. And one of those players that you alluded to didn't play. So, you know, like I said, they're legit. They're down here ready to play. They come down here to the 757 to prove that Northern Virginia schools can play. So we'll see what we get out of this game tonight.
Well, so far we've seen the Charlottesville school and the Richmond school secure spots in the state semifinal here in 5A. Now we see the starters for Potomac as they seek a spot. This is Byron Scriber. Number 10 is Devon McDonald. Number 11, Elijah Camp. Very important assist man for the Panthers. Here comes the big guard, number 12, Jamal Washington.
He is a big guard.
And a Poku right here. Big, tall young man. Reminds me of the Dorian Finney-Smith over at Norcom.
Same body type.
Very same body, and he had a great career at Florida, University of Florida.
He did. He transferred with Virginia Tech and transferred to Florida. He's now in the Dallas Mavericks.
He
had a couple starts over there.
With a body very similar to a Poku.
Poku's going to Mount St. Mary's, who's had a lot of success in the 757 in the last few years. Milan Brown was an assistant over there, Tech graduate a few years ago.
Here come the Crabbers. Caver's going to jump center. Caver, I think, has grown an inch during the season. He gets better and better. And he's going to face off against Poku. You see, Caver doesn't give up a lot on height to a Poku. Poku listed at 6'8". Of course, Marquise Godwin now 6'6". I mean, Hampton can run with the big guys too.
Caver's listed 6'6". He's close right at Poku.
I expect a fast game here, Lubeck.
No handshakes. He's ready to ball, and let's get it in.
Well, Eric Brown and Coach Walter Brower Jr. got this team ready to go for the Crabbers.
So jump ball goes to Hampton as Joyner gets it. Guarded by Camp. Joyner penetrates, high throw over Jalen Ray's head.
A little excitement there on Joyner's part.
A little jitters early on. Poku comes into Camp the point guard.
This is the defense we're going to see. The Crabber defense, it's disguised. It starts as a 3-2, but the Crabbers rotate.
Chris, skip pass over to Camp. Camp penetration is cut off. Skip pass over to McDonald. McDonald goes into number 4.
That's Byron Scriber. Yeah, Scriber is going to be hard to stop. You're going to have to watch him. He doesn't look like the kind of player that he plays. Good
pull-up by Scriber on the free throw line as Jalen Ray gets it. Guarded by McDonald. Ray with the penetration. The spin move by Ray. Blocked by a Poku. As Camp gets it, penetrates. He has Godwin to take it. Godwin gets a piece of it. Blocked by Ray. But
followed by Scriber again.
Puts it back in. He has 2 quick buckets. 4-0 Potomac. If you see the fast pace, Frank, as Joyner loses, his Camp's right there with him.
The Joyner running the point.
Another pass. This time it's over to Caver. Caver kicks it back over to Joyner. Good defense by Camp and Potomac. Good communication, good talking from Potomac. Joyner with the left hand over to Pitt. Pitt guarded by Scriber. Pitt loses it. Little misdirection. Pull up by Pitt is good over Poku.
That's a real good play. Mustadi Pitt's going to have to contribute tonight. They need his points. The Norfolk State signing a very solid-looking guard.
Very solid.
There's Washington, 12.
Yeah, Washington, like you said, a big guard over to Camp. Back over to Washington, guarded by Godwin. A little matchup zone going to a man with a man principles. Camp penetration. Good defense by Hampton. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay on this side, though, Frank. Potomac's basketball.
Yeah, it's a real good hand by Marquise. So he got his hand right on top of the shot. No foul.
He's going to need that defense next year for Jeff Jones, who loves to play defense. So
over at Old Dominion.
Good sign for early on for Hampton is Godwin. Almost a travel. Gets it inside. Rebound by Pitt.
Pitt's going to figure big here. Yes. He's put on pounds since he started at Hampton High. A couple of errors now so far. They'll stay with the Crabbers. 757 officiating crew tonight.
Over to Joyner. Great defense on Joyner, making him go left. Pitt, near side to us. He's trying to find Ray. This time he goes into Caver. Caver's guarded by a Poku.
Caver's not giving up any height to Opoku.
Jalen Ray's for three, no good. Rebound Scriber over to that's Washington. Good move, good layup.
That's very good against great defense. Couldn't play better defense than Godwin played. But a good underneath Godwin's arm layup by Washington.
6'2" Potomac, as you see the talent on Potomac. Good move by Joyner, but he was looking for Godwin.
Third turnover by the Crabbers in this quarter.
Camp over the timeline, guarded by Joyner. Joyner a smaller guard, but he's quick and scrappy. Good move by Camp off the screen. Gonna be a shot. That's gonna be McDonald for three, no good. Rebound Godwin.
Marquise has not seen the ball out offensively. Let's see if we can get the ball to him.
Caver's gonna try the three. His shot's up, no good, in and out. Rebound Scriber. Scriber's been all over the floor, rebounding and scoring. Over to Washington.
Can't buy a bucket.
Good crossover by Washington. Good defense by Hampton. Looks like it's going to be Hampton's
that time
ball.
Joyner reached in and knocked the ball away, and Joyner needed that little extra defensive there. He's turned the ball over a couple times. Now for Potomac, number 2, Jalen Williams checking in. And for the Crabbers, number 2, Devin Moore.
Devin Moore's been hurt, Frank. He's back finally on the lineup for Hampton. Haven't seen him much this year.
Here comes Jalen Ray for the Crabbers.
Jalen Ray guarded by McDonald. Ray off of a Caver screen. Godwin looking at three. Camps right in his lap. Good move by Godwin. Pull up, no good. Ray's pushed.
Push could be called, I believe, on number 11, Elijah Camp.
So 6-2 early on, Frank. Potomac with a 4-point lead.
And with the Crabbers playing good defense, but not being able to get anywhere near the basket on offense.
Godwin off the screen. He's going to take a three. It's going to be good. Good shot by Marquise Godwin.
Marquise, be nice to see him heat up here.
6'5", Potomac. Camp over the timeline. Screen by Opoku.
Opoku paid for that screen, too. Devin Moore gave him a good
Scriber thought about it. Pitts right there with a good defense. Over to number 11. That's Camp. Camp. Travel.
So a turnover by the Panthers now. 3 on Hampton, 2 on Potomac.
Jalen Williams, a 5'8" junior. We talked about the youth, Frank, on all these teams we've seen today. A lot of good young talent mixed with veterans.
Well, this is two very senior-heavy teams.
That's right.
And they're going to rely on those seniors. 6'5", Potomac.
Jalen Ray's in the game now for Hampton at the point guard. This time, the opposite side for Godwin. This time he shoots a three on the other side. It's good. 2 threes by Godwin.
Well, you can see now why they're trying to keep the ball away from Marquise. He's played here many times, very comfortable here on this floor.
8-6 Hampton early on. 3:33 left in the first quarter. Hampton looking good so far on offense. Opoku inside. Caver, good defense. Good pass over to Scriber. Scriber shoots, no good. Rebound by the smallest down the court. McDonald, good over the back pass and over the head pass.
Well, that's again Scriber with his 3rd basket of the quarter.
So it's 8-8. Good move by Jalen Ray. Reverse. It's no good, but he's fouled.
Foul on the Panther, number 22, Opoku. So Opoku has not been the presence we've expected so far. That's attributed to Matthias Caver.
Jalen Ray at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is good. You see Yao and Groggins coming in for Hampton, in for Caver and Pitt.
He must have given Marquise a 2-pointer on that last one. I think that's the score 2. Score now 9. Oh, excuse me, we're looking at the wrong side. They did give him the 3.
It's 10-8.
Yeah.
Hampton, 2 free throws, good by Ray.
6 for Godwin, 2 for Ray, 2 for Pitt so far for the Crabber.
Camp. Over to Jalen Williams. It's a 3-point shot, no good by Hampton.
Moore with a nice rebound.
Groggins slips out. He's fouled. We talked about his football prowess. He's a pretty good basketball player.
We like Kareem Groggins.
Yes.
He is a monster on the football field, only a sophomore.
Yeah, I was surprised that he was only a sophomore.
But very level-headed and plays a good game of basketball. So Groggins at the line shooting 2.
First free throw is no good.
In comes another football player, Justin Red, who's see if he can body up Opoku a little bit. Red outweighs Opoku by probably 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Red has pushed plenty of people around in his career as a lineman.
Rockets' second free throw was good. That makes it 11-8 Hampton. Like you said, Frank, Opoku not really a presence so far inside. Got a few rebounds. But
well, Caver's done a great job with it.
Now Red's going to push him
Now
around.
he's wide open. Yep.
Kick it out. Shot is good.
That's number 15. That's Edward White. White, a key component of this team. He's mentioned White and Williams, the ones they hope to get a few points out of off the bench.
6'4" senior and White. Ray back at the point, guarded by Camp. Groggins, that's his shot. He can hit that, and he does.
Good.
Three-point shot. 3-point good by Groggins.
Groggins too young to really know what the pressure is. He's just playing all out like he does on the football field.
Right. He's used to this in the football field. They went to the state semis. In football, they went to the state playoffs.
Good D by the Crabbers. You see this defense. It's like an amoeba.
They're pushing Potomac out. As you see, Washington can't. It's almost at the logo. They daring him to shoot that.
Looks like a 3-2. There's Washington.
Washington goes in, shoots it. He's fouled. They're going to count it. They count the basket.
So Washington picks up the basket. He's going to chance for the three-point play. Jamal Washington. What is Washington, about 6'3", 6'4"?
6'3" senior.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big size guard, just in with Millersville.
Nice stroke. Free throw is no good.
Jacquez Yao get knocked to the floor by the Crabbers. Ball's going to belong to the Crabbers.
Caver comes back in for Red. Good minutes for Red.
Good minutes, and you'll get more out of him as the game goes on. And one thing we know about Red, a lot of endurance. Ball actually, as a turnover, goes to the Potomac Panthers.
I thought Potomac had it and lost it. Give it back to Potomac. Good play, good inbound play by Potomac. No good, but Poku, he has a chance to put it in, and he does it. It's a good pass by Ray. From Ray, to Godwin. Godwin's feeling it today.
Well, great pass right down the middle.
16-12 Hampton. Inside to Poku. Poku kicks it out. Three-pointer from number 11 on Potomac. That's Camp. Camp misses it.
That time, Yao with a great block out on Poku. Poku didn't know what to do with it.
Groggins another three. This time it's going to be no good, short. Rebound Washington. Washington looks up, goes to Opoku. Opoku mistimes it.
And I'll give credit to Yao that time, slowing down Opoku without getting a foul called. Opoku's been bumped around a lot. This is what we were hoping that the Crabbers could figure out, because Opoku is hard to put your body on. He moves so much. But they have used a team approach to bump him almost every time he's down there on the offensive end.
You see Chapman coming in.
Zion Chapman, number 14, checks in. Chapman will surprise you with an offensive outburst.
He's a sophomore. One of those young players, my friend. Pitt now running the point. Guarded by McDonald. Pitt over to Godwin. Godwin's feeling it, you can tell. Pull up by Godwin. Good. Good shot by Marquise Godwin.
Yeah, there's a reason Old Dominion wants him. Yes. That's it.
Complete player on both sides, offense and defense.
Well, when he plays within the team framework, he is unstoppable, and they like to feed him.
Camp over to Washington. Washington back over to Camp. Chapman almost had a steal.
Opoku on the bench. As they have got
18-12 Hampton. Looks like Potomac's going to hold it. Camp, left side, goes in. Good pull up by Camp. No good. Rebound Pitt. Good rebound by Pitt.
Well, Pitt, look at the size of Masadi Pitt.
Chapman goes in for the layup. They're going to call offensive foul on Chapman. Out of control. Good defense.
Coach Eric Brown with the Crabbers not happy with the decision making that time. Like, you give up a little bit when you had the sophomore. Again, an athletic young man, though, and he can spark a team. So 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Crabbers up 18-12. And the Crabbers have just pushed the Panthers back.
Yes.
The offense has stayed out on the perimeter.
Hold for the last shot from what it looks like. Camp holding the ball at half court. Chapman just letting them do it.
And a little break in the action here. We'll wait till the 10-second mark, and the Panthers will start moving.
Camp almost lost it there. Camp goes in for the penetration. Good crossover, loses it. Godwin has it at half court. A heave by Godwin at half court, and it's going to be good.
Marquise Godwin with the three-point bomb from just past half court.
Oh, man, that's a
Puts
momentum.
the Crabbers up by 9.
Yes.
Well, he had a great look at it coming right down the middle of the floor. Saw the clock right above the rim, decided to put it up and put it right through. So the Crabbers with a good first quarter. Godwin with 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points.
You know, this reminds me of the Bethel game when Godwin was on in the first quarter. At Bethel, the game we broadcasted right here on LSC, he started out hot, slowed down a little bit. Let's hope he can stay hot for the Crabbers.
Well, again, if he plays within the team framework, he does. Of course, Marquise, the son of a good coach and a former Hampton player, Mark Godwin, our friend. Always glad I've known Marquise a number of years. A great guy to take with you when you go to the Boo Williams tournament. He knows every player in the country.
He's your media guy.
He is my media guy. That's exactly right. And I thank him every time I see him. I'm so proud of what he's grown into. I mean, 6'6". Since I first known him, he's probably grown a foot.
Great kid.
Well, comes from a good family.
When you hear about these young kids, you're like, okay, we've heard this before. But when they grow into something that you've heard about and you see them mature and get better every year, it makes you feel good to see them and know their family.
Yeah.
And with Hampton being the community it is, you get a chance to know their families and the kids.
But let's take this moment to note that in the state quarterfinals, there's 6 groups, 8 teams, 3 teams from Hampton. 3 of the 4 teams in the state quarterfinals. Phoebus won yesterday, Hampton and Bethel today. They play today. All right, the Panthers go to a trap defense. Yao underneath.
Chapman thought about a three, thought about Camp. Yao giving him great minutes inside. Caver inside the Yao. Yao with a good pivot move. Jump hook, no good. Rebound, Caver. Good move by Caver. No
Stuff
call.
by Opoku this time, got his hand on that, but it's going to stay with the Crabbers. Well, Yao's got a chance, and he's got some chances here. Masadi picked the inbound. Masadi's already ready for college. Look at that body.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid.
The foul called on, it looked like called on Yao. The board here doesn't show the foul number, which is odd, but 3 fouls apiece now. Anyway, 21-12, beginning of the second quarter, Crabbers up front, and they're continuing that amoeba-like defense. This is Walter Brower and Coach Eric Brown's
good defense
that has led them a lot of wins. Opoku, you see the energy that he has.
And you hit it right on, Frank. He reminds me of Dorian Finney-Smith, the former Northam star. He's the same body type, energy guy.
And I think he's tired of getting pushed around. Let's see if Caver can start doing it again. Yao out there now. Yao is in a place he's probably not used to.
Right. And it's going to be, almost got the N1.
I think Washington picked up the foul. It is Jamal Washington, his first. That's going to send Jalen Ray to the line. Jalen's 2 for 2 so far in free throws.
21-14 Hampton. Half-court heave by Marquise Godwin. Put him up by 9 as Potomac hit a bucket by Opoku to put him down by 7. Ray misses the first free throw, uncharacteristic of him.
See the left-hander lines up. Nope, excuse me.
Second free
there
throw.
It goes.
Good by Ray. So Hampton back up by 8. 8-point lead by Hampton.
Yeah, this is going to be a full game here. They're going to have to play. You see Opoku starting to get energetic. Gets the ball out to Washington.
Washington with a good move off the glass. That's his game from what it seems.
Washington is it's effortless when he goes to the hole like that for being a big guard.
Hit, guarded by Camp. Camp, great defensive player from what we've seen so far. Good screen by Caver. He slips off, a little fake screen. Caver's going to take the 3. He's going to miss it. He's going to hit it, actually. Yeah. Referee blocked my view, but he made it. Caver with a 3. It's 25-16 now. Hampton back up by 9.
Well, Caver, that's a good shot for him. We know he can score in double figures, and he's been doing so, especially towards the end of the season. He's led him in scoring a night or 2.
Yeah, lately he's been really stepping up.
They give him that shot. Look how far out the Panthers are having to play against this defense. Washington 15 feet beyond 3-point arc.
Good scouting report by Hampton, letting them shoot that. It's going to be a foul. Was it going to be a timeout by Potomac?
Yeah, Coach Honore is going to say, we need to do something different against that defense. You know, we were talking earlier, and for fans that followed us back in the 11-12 season, watching the Cat Barber team, and that's not to slight anybody else. Cat Barber, Jordan Baker, both went Division I, both had great careers. Trey Perry, Cam Perry, was the brother of
Joyner.
Corey Joyner, Brandon Joyner. I mean, they had a great team. They weren't very tall. They weren't, and Sammy Royal, the center, who was about 6'1". But the defense that Coach Brower and Coach Brown have used really held teams, just shut them down.
Well, the thing is, like we said earlier, Frank, they all knew their role.
Right.
So, and that's rare in high school when everybody wants to shine, everybody wants to do more than they're supposed to do. Everybody on that Hampton Crabber team knew their role. You knew Cat was the McDonald's All-American. Baker had a role, and he's doing that in college now. Great defensive player, hitting the open shot. And you said
Sammy Royal just getting every rebound. Yep. He and Trey Perry getting all the rebound. And then Cam Perry quick off the point. So it's just a real good combination of players. Let's see if this team this year, the Crabbers, can do the same. They're playing great defense.
5-second call.
They turned the ball over. And Eric Brown very happy with that play by his team. Crabbers, of course, defensive-minded first. Washington's going to take a seat. Elijah Camp returns the lineup. Camp averages 11 a game. Washington 13. So it's the big three, Opoku with 15. They score about 68 points a game.
You know, Hampton's bench has gotten deeper.
It has.
I've seen a few guys we haven't seen early in the season coming in.
We didn't see Yao a lot early.
We haven't seen Harris, who started early in the season. Ray, the pass to Caver, good pass, and Caver gets the 2. So Ray playing a lot more point guard tonight.
Good plays for him, very quick. Oh, block call, foul called on Godwin.
Jalen Williams with the try. 27-16, Frank. Hampton, 11-point lead. I wouldn't say I was surprised, but the way Hampton is shooting the ball and playing great defense on Opoku.
Well, I think the Crabbers are being patient. They are making some outside shots, but they're also getting the ball to the hole against a very good defensive squad led by the 6'8" Mount St. Mary's bound Nana Opoku.
Let's keep in mind, Hampton had a good lead on Albemarle last year, and they let them come back. So, you said this game is going to go down to
this is
this
is all the way.
I'd be really surprised if it was a lopsided game. It's now back to a 9-point game. After the free throws, Jalen Ray to inbound. He goes into Caber. Caber back over to Ray. Ray running a lot of point guard over to Joyner. Joyner holds it up, goes over to Pitt. Pitt thought about the 3. Good hesitation move by Pitt. Floater by Pitt. No good. Caber with the ball. Tipped over to Godwin. Godwin pull up is good. Man, he's on tonight, Frank.
Yep, and a great play by Caber to get that ball tipped up. Nice shot, too. I really thought that was going to fall.
I did, too.
And so you got to go over the outstretched hand of Opoku, who can really block 4 blocks a game.
Can't. Top of the key over to Williams. Williams into Opoku. Good deep by Caber. Caber with a foul is a good left-hand pivot move by Opoku.
Well, you see why he's so highly sought after on the college. Opoku with some good footwork for a big man. So Washington been sufficiently discussed and talked to by the coach back in for the Panthers. And Opoku to the line trying to complete the 3-point play. Crabbers with a 9-point lead at the moment.
You see Coach Brown asking about the call.
Yeah, I would ask about it too. There was no reach, no nothing.
The free throw is no good, and they're going to call another foul on Caver. Caver was staying straight up. That's going to be a huge call on Caver. They need Caver down low.
Well, they're going to put Justin Redd in, which if I'm Opoku, I'm not real happy about.
Justin Redd, a Norfolk State football signee.
He'll play the left side of the offensive line. Another 3 will play the right.
First free throw was good by Washington. 29-21 as these free throws are putting Potomac back in the game.
Washington 77% free throw shooter.
Second free throw's good. 7-point game.
Washington now with 8 points for the Panthers.
Groggins gets the ball over half court. Back over to Ray. I like this lineup.
You know, Groggins never shows fear. He just gets out there and plays.
Ray,
sophomore, he turned his back.
Groggins
didn't he turn his back to her, looking for somebody else to pick.
Camp.
Defense needs to set quickly.
Over to McDonald. McDonald, nobody's on him. Pitt finally comes out there. Back over to Camp. Camp goes inside.
Washington, excuse me.
He loses it. Pitt gets it up.
That's a Red that tipped it out of his hand.
Good pass over to Ray. Ray with a slam.
Oh,
good pass by Pitt. Over to Ray for the dunk.
Jalen Ray with a surprise dunk.
Nice play. Good pass by Pitt.
He was in close. I thought he was too close to do it.
Me too.
Left-handed
sneaky
slam.
athletic, too.
He really is.
Kind of slow and
He
we
conserves
call it
energy.
deceptive.
Yes.
Good defense by Ray. Should be a jump ball.
Yeah.
It's gonna stay Potomac.
2 hands on it for Washington in the chest of Red. That could have created the tie-up.
And you see the switching up, Frank. You got Yao, Red,
Groggins.
Caver, Groggins. They all come in just to give Opoku a little elbow.
Look at the size differences between Red and Opoku.
They're
The
both
weight difference.
good defense by Hampton. Almost a double dribble call over to Camp.
Red's,
Donald,
you know,
penetration. Right hand layup, no good. Good rebound by Red. That's what he's in there for defense and rebounding. Godwin, he's going to pull up. Another three. He's going to be no good this time. Good rebound by Yao, but he's pushed. Oh, they're going to call no.
No push called. It's a tough officiating tonight.
We've
Chapman's
seen them.
gonna
They're a
check in.
PD crew. This is district crew.
Marquis going to get a break. And in comes Chapman.
Camp.
Panthers slowing it down. It's a team that scores 68 points a game.
Yes.
They're slowing it down a little bit. Catch your breath. Trabra defense continuing its amoeba-like mutations. Opoku trying to get around Red, can't do it. Opoku pushed into the media room there.
Oh, good. Tipped out. It's going to be
That was
Potomac's
Pitt
ball.
that tipped it out. Good rebound.
Good help defense, too.
Yeah, I thought Opoku was going to have to run around the back support there because Red bumped him out.
And Red's good. I mean, he's obviously an offensive lineman. He has good feet.
Very good feet. Opoku trying to set him up. Red, oh my goodness. Red didn't understand that when you push, when somebody pushes back against you, you can't push him out like in football that time, and he did. He was really just trying to hold his ground. He gets caught with a foul.
That puts him in the bonus, Frank. So it's going to be a 1-1.
Opoku to the line. Shoots 66% from the free throw line.
Free throw was good. First one.
5 points now for Nana Opoku. Godwin's going to check in, as is Jalen Williams. William is listed as Jalen William or Jalen Williams. I've seen it both ways. Number 2 for the Panthers.
Opoku's second free throw. No good. Rebound Pitt. Pitt's been enforced on the boards. Especially on the defensive side. Little trap by Potomac. Ray. Penetration move. Good play by Ray. And that's what he's good at. He's crafty around the basket.
5 points in the quarter for Jalen Ray.
Hampton by 10. Camp. Penetration by Camp. Good play by Red. They're going to call it foul on Red.
Eric Brown barking at that call, but I think he may be barking the breakdown up top for the defense. And Red had to reach in and make the foul. At least 2 on Justin.
Yao getting a lot of minutes. He's off the bench. He's coming back in.
Yeah, they're going to keep going down that bench so long as they can keep fresh bodies underneath against Opoku. Free throw good by Camp. His first point of the ball game.
Always going to have a couple of football players on the team, Frank. Just to let you know, if you come through the middle, you got to deal with me.
That's right. Camp with his second.
Camp's second free throw is good. As it rattles in.
Camp shoots 74% from the free throw line. They're a pretty good free throw shooting team for a high school team.
Yeah, getting a little confused. He's going to have to dribble over the timeline. This time he goes over to Chapman. Good play by Chapman. Athletic move by Chapman. Chapman goes to the goal, and it's going to be a foul.
Foul call. They're going to ask for the goaltending, but they don't get it. Opoku does not get the block. It's Chapman foul. He goes to the line. Chapman reminds me of Antoine Miles, who's leading the Phoebus Phantoms in this playoff season. You know, he'll drive the ball, and he's a good finisher. Got to make free throws, though. Travis missed.
Could come to haunt you later on.
Missed 3 so far. 4, made 3, missed 3.
Second free throw by Chapman. No good. Misses both free throws.
It hurt.
It hurts a lot.
Yep.
3 minutes left in the half. 33-25 Hampton. They're up 8. Williams.
See that defense expand.
to Camp.
It'll go as far out as they, because they feel like Yao's got a good handle on Opoku down there.
They said if you want to shoot that, it's all yours if you want. Williams.
Opoku's going to get a permit. He's in that lane so much.
It's another play by Opoku. This time with a mismatch, they had to hit.
Montestati Pitt picks up the foul, guarding the big man. You see why Opoku, and they bring him out. His second chance for a three-point play. Missed the free throw on the first opportunity.
Free throw was good. Opoku is trying to assert himself now in this ball game. Hampton up by 5.
We notice the defense expanded as the Panthers pulled away, leaving Opoku almost man-to-man down there.
And that pressure is causing some problems in Hampton as well.
Look at the Crabbers. Jalen Ray getting the play.
Running by McDonald. Ray goes right.
No foul called.
Ray off the three, off the jump. No good. No good.
Opoku with the board.
Opoku with the rebound.
No foul over here, which is right in front of the official. We're right behind the official.
McDonald for 3. He's going to miss it. Rebound, Ray. Good rebound.
Jalen Ray showing a lot of energy tonight.
Chapman over to Godwin. He's open for 3. No good. The air ball. Pitt. No calls. Boy, he lost the ball. Camp gets it. Goes right. And they're not going to call that one either. They're going to call on the floor as a push. They're going to call it on Hampton.
Yao picks up at least his second, yeah. And they'll be shooting 2 shots. The call is on the floor. This is Jalen Williams, his second pair of free throws. 10 fouls on the, or over 10 fouls now on the Crabbers, only 5 on Potomac.
Potomac's making the free throws though. So Hampton using a lot of substitutions, especially post players, try to confuse Potomac and Opoku down low. Second free throw was good by Williams.
4 for Williams in the quarter. 3-point lead for the Crabbers. Potomac, you knew Potomac's not going to give up.
No.
So the Crabbers got to find a way to get Godwin back hot. He's got 2 in the quarter after 13 in the first.
Pitt, takes 3. Guarded by Camp. Pitt goes in, pull up by Pitt. Good.
Stoddy Pitt, that's exactly what the Crabbers need to do right there. When the Opoku is pulled out of the zone, it's out of the lane, you can go in and drive and a little short jumper there.
Opoku this time up top, set a screen. Washington for 3. It's gonna hit, it's gonna go, it's good.
He's the danger. Good
Big
shot,
guard,
very casual.
33. Yeah. Hampton up by 2, their lead's been cut to 2. Chapman, calling out the play.
He could take Opoku.
Pitt with the post from Camp. Pull up, turnaround by Pitt. Almost goes in, rebound of Opoku. Camp goes up, has Chapman, he goes left. They're gonna call a foul. Right hand is gonna count, and he's fouled. And that's gonna tie the game. The chance to take the lead on the free throw line.
Chapman picks up the foul. Not a good defensive play by Chapman. Now the full hit of steam was Camp.
We knew Potomac was gonna make a run. We just thought that Hampton would be a little better with the ball. Shots just not falling. Hey, good looks.
Well, I think they got a little impatient. The defense has picked up. You got to be more patient against a good defense like the Panthers.
Camp's free throw is good, so Potomac is taking the lead, 36-35. 46 seconds left in the half. Pitt.
Drivers can take your time and take a lead and a half. They just need a bucket.
Running by Scriber. We haven't seen him in a while. He's back in the game. Godwin setting a screen.
He got the switch he wants. 22 seconds. Opoku out now. You'll notice he's on the bench.
Nobody down low for Potomac because they have a small lineup in.
This is where Pitt can just take his man. He's got Washington on him. Now switch back.
They have to do something now. Pitt goes in for the floater. No good. Good rebound by Groggins. Groggins shoots it. It's going to be no good. It's going to be off. As Hampton goes into halftime down by 1.
Well, flurry here in the second quarter by the Panthers put them ahead 36-35 in this quarterfinal game here. I know the Crabbers are not happy with the officiating. We've watched it right in front of us tonight. and they are not going to be pleased with some of those calls. They've picked up twice as many fouls as the Panthers have here in the first half. They're going to have to settle down in their defense. So we're going to take a break here at halftime. Score: the Potomac Panthers 36, Hampton Crabbers 35. Be back in a few minutes here at Hampton University. We go right now. All right, you ready? Okay, we're back here at the Convocation Center at Hampton University for the second half of this quarterfinal matchup between the Hampton Crabbers and the Potomac Panthers. Frank Edgar alongside Wube Gabray here. We saw a good first half, kind of a tale of two quarters.
Yeah, Hampton jumped out to a nice lead, and we knew that Potomac would make a run. Opoku did his damage down low with a couple three-point plays. The free throw line hurt Hampton, but you know, we knew it was going to be a tight game. You know, Hampton just had a few shots that just didn't fall, missed a couple free throws, but you know, we're in for a game tonight.
Well, Hampton's 4 for 8 from the free throw line. They were called for 11 personal fouls. Potomac Senior High, 11 for 14 from the free throw line. They were called for only 5 personal fouls. So there's a real discrepancy so far. I know Coach Brown is not happy with that discrepancy. 15 points from Marquise Godwin. He leads the way for the Crabbers. Jamal Washington with 11. Opoku with only 8.
Yeah.
But he does have 4 rebounds, as does Washington.
And
so the
two
leaders are leading for the Panthers.
And you know there's always things that don't show up in the scorebook, and that's Yao, Red, Caver, putting bodies on him early. I mean, he did get it 8 points late, but, you know, early on, Yao and Red and Caver were all putting bodies on Opoku so he wouldn't get started with an early start for him.
Well, Caver with 2 fouls, Chapman, Yao, and Red with 2 fouls. But those Red, Chapman, and Yao been playing a lot of the same spot, particularly Yao and Red. So they've got 6 more fouls to give as a pair. This is going to come down to the Crabbers settling down, keeping the defense going, and getting their offensive movement and trying to free up Marquise Godwin. I think Pitt, Godwin, and Ray have done very well here in the first half. Let's see if they can improve even a little bit here in the second. So the Crabber ball to our right as we sit on the west side of the court here at the Convocation Center.
So Joyner, Camp has been all over him, like white on rice tonight. Frank.
He really has. He's a good defender.
He is a good defender.
Good feet.
So they're going with a Joyner. Like I said, Harris hasn't started this year, as he started tonight. They haven't played it all tonight, actually. Joyner inside to Caver. Caver loses at first, and they're going to call a hold on Opoku. Good call.
Well, Opoku picks up what I thought was his second. It is his second.
Keep an eye on that, Frank.
Yep, that would be a devastating loss for them. Crabber ball underneath.
Pitt inbound, goes over to Caver. Opoku comes out. Joyner over to Ray. Ray has only taken a few threes. This time he's popped out to Caver. Caver no good. Pitt and Godwin fight for it together, but Ray gets it, and it's going to be off of Potomac.
Off the foot of Devin McDonald.
Oh, that was a tough call. They're going to talk about that. That might be Potomac
That's
ball.
going to blow Eric Brown up, and it does.
Looks like 2 Crabbers had the ball knocked out of their hands. They ended up getting it back, but still lost it. Camp over half court. Over to Washington. Washington into the Opoku. Good D by Caber as he bodies, and they're going to call a baseline. They're going to call a foul on Caber.
Caber can't get a break down there. He's got his hands straight up, moving his feet. He cannot get a break. His 3rd foul. So Caber, first Crabber in foul trouble. Red's going to take his spot.
And that's a huge loss for Hampton because he was doing a great job on Opoku. Scriber.
And now Red's going to put that body on him.
Over to McDonald. Almost thrown away by Potomac, but Camp saves it. Joyner looks over at the coaching staff as McDonald fakes the 3. Nobody wants to shoot it now for Potomac. As Camp gets the ball and starts it back up on the offense for Potomac. Washington. Skip pass over to McDonald. McDonald takes the 3, way off. Rebound Pitt as he pushes it up. The Norfolk State side, he pushes it up, skips it over to Godwin. Godwin pull up for 3, good. Good pass by Pitt.
Marquise off to a good start here in the 3rd quarter with his 4th three-pointer of the night.
38-36 Hampton. We've got a ball game, folks. Washington looking into Kopu. McDonald, another skip pass over to him. This time Apoku gets a good play by Red to knock it away. McDonald thought about it. Scriber, good double team by Hampton over to Camp. Camp, crossover, back over to McDonald. The lefty shoots a three, and that's going to be good. Good play by Potomac.
There's a reason he's shooting the ball. McDonald averaging almost 9 points a game. He's got 3 so far tonight.
39-38 Potomac.
He's back in fourth quarter here.
Ray.
Man-to-man D. With Apoku staying back, letting Red go.
Ray with the floater. No good. Red with a good rebound over to Joyner. Godwin's going to take that three. No good. Red uses his body, almost gets it, but Apoku gets the rebound. Over to Camp. Camp skips pass. Going to call a offensive foul. Good play by Joyner.
Great play by Joyner. As he kept his feet and slid in front, plenty of time.
Like it's going to be on Camp. That's his second. Timeout Hampton. So we've got a good one, Frank.
We really do.
39-38. Potomac, 5:38 left in the third quarter.
We were mentioning a couple players earlier tonight. We watched LC Bird play early. They were terrific tonight. Cam Henry led their way for them with 16 points. Jalen Dullard with 15 for the LC Bird squad. They defeat Potomac Falls 61-44. Second game, very exciting. Albemarle High School from Charlottesville pick up the win 65-55. That's final score a little misleading. That game was a 1-point ball game with about a little over a minute to go. But Albemarle led by Austin Katstra from Charlottesville.
Great
12 for
prospect.
17 before. He was unbelievable
Great
tonight. At least 6 dunks, 15
Yes.
points. And also the other big man who handled the ball so well, Jake Hahn. Hahn had 8 points tonight. A team effort from Albemarle, and they end up winning that one 65-55.
I'm surprised you didn't say the news about where he's going.
Well, we heard earlier, we heard earlier that Castro may walk on with the UVA. I'll check tomorrow when I go up to the ball game and watch the Cavaliers play their last home squad.
I'm sure you'll get some insight up there in Charlottesville. Is Tony Bennett doesn't want him to get away far. He's going to keep him in Charlottesville.
Yeah, the way he played tonight, I don't think anybody wants him to leave the Commonwealth.
Great looking prospect. You love to see, like we said earlier, we don't get a chance to see a lot of these teams, so it's good to come to the state quarters and you see some of these teams and some of these prospects.
Full court press, looked like a zone, drops away to a man-to-man, by the way, and Joyner handles it easily.
Godwin, they're tight on him now after hitting
3
those
of them
threes.
guarding him.
Pitt, let's get passed over to Pitt. Pitt into Joyner. Red gets it over to Ray. Ray's going to shoot the 3. Good shot by Ray.
Jalen Ray having a good night tonight. His first 3-point bucket.
Washington out of control as he throws it up. Rebound Red. That's what he's in there for, Frank.
Red with that mass that practically draws to him like a moon. He's able to hang on to. You're not going to pry it out of his hands.
Ray, pull up jumper by Ray. No good. Tipped around. Scriber gets it over to Washington. Washington over to McDonald. There are a lot of lefties on this team. A little crossover by McDonald.
We call it a carry, but that's all right.
Over to Washington, the big guard out of Potomac. Skip pass.
Poku on the baseline. Let's see who's got a jumper. Maybe
Shot.
right there, just short.
No good.
Long.
Godwin with the rebound over to Ray. Good defense by Hampton. 41-39 Hampton. Normally Ray would have taken that shot in the regular season, but he's not going to take it now.
No, and he's not going to take it after he took the last one.
Good kick over to Ray. Red sees Godwin. Doesn't need much for Godwin to shoot, but good closeout by McDonald. Godwin goes in for the floater. No good. It's going to be Scriber had it and tipped it and lost it. Hampton's ball into the basket.
That time, Opoku changes the shot. Godwin flies out of bounds and then smartly waited until the ball was tipped away and it out of bounds off of the Panthers.
Ray inbound over to Godwin. Godwin's open for 3. No good. He's going to stay here.
So nothing there for Godwin. A little bit upset at himself on that. He had the open shot, couldn't put it in. So now the Panthers get the ball. 2-point lead for the Crabbers in this back and forth third quarter here, the quarterfinal game at Hampton University. Beautiful place to play basketball, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
I want to thank our hosts here at Hampton University and, of course, the VHSL for allowing us to bring you these games.
Great atmosphere, great venue, right on the court. It's a good size, too, for the type of tournament they're putting out here on the stage. Good defense by Hampton.
And
Red.
that's Justin Red over there. using his mass.
Godwin with a good move into the goal. Good block by Opoku, but Joyner, the hustle guy, gets it. As he gets it, Red pulls up for three. No good. Pitt with the rebound. Good rebounding by Hampton.
Crabbers going to settle it down. Good play by all the Crabbers in that series.
Good block by Opoku as Pitt goes in for the floater over Opoku.
Mustadi Pitt with his 6 points.
You know, at this time of year, Frank, you know what you have, so you just use what you have to get you to the championship. And I think Hampton's doing that with Godwin, Pitt, and Ray. They're all doing their thing here in the state quarters.
It takes all five. It takes the whole team in this level. All these teams are very good.
Especially in this 5A division. Inside the Poku, good double team. Poku goes around a double team. They're going to call another foul on
Well,
Hampton.
that time Red did not slide down and take away the baseline. That's a mistake by Justin Red. He knows it. He's normally really good with those feet, and he just went the wrong way. You know, Poku got around him. So now Yao's going to take a shot. Jaquez Yao is going to come in and guard Opoku.
The good thing about Hampton, Frank, is they have people that can come in and challenge him, height-wise and size.
But Caver and Red both with 3 fouls now.
Oh, good steal by Godwin. It's going to be off his foot.
All for naught, but a great play. Should have been a foul call. We don't know. The contact is not being called. They're letting him play.
And Godwin went for the ball. He had the ball in his hand and got pushed.
So the Panthers take it in from the side.
Camp.
Travers
solid game at point guard for Potomac. Camp with the layup, no call. Good box out by Hampton as nobody gets the ball, though. Good defense. Hampton's all over the defensive end as Pitt tips it. Godwin gets it guarded by Washington.
Unbelievable, the hand checks. Yeah. It really is. Right in front of the official. Same official, too.
Pitt pull up, no good. Good rebound by Joyner. They're going to stay here.
Well, going to be called in Washington. Maybe we encourage that. I hope it's Washington. Washington can't believe it after, and I can understand his dismay because they haven't been calling these things.
Joyner, the 5'5" as he's listed, gets the rebound.
That's 5'5" with socks and shoes. Yeah. But he is hustling. He's got the heart of a Joyner.
Yes, he does.
A little slow on the pass.
Yeah, Godwin tried to throw it into him. It didn't work.
Yep.
Good steal by Joyner as he knocks it out of bounds. Hampton's on defense. They're playing well. Hands all over the place, moving their feet.
Here comes Devin Moore to give somebody a breather. It'll be Mustadi Pitt get a blow here.
Pitt's had a great game. Anthony Barber just walked in the door, Frank. We got all the former Crabbers. As we saw Tyrod Taylor, who also is in the building here at Hampton
To
University.
say Anthony Barber played well here at the Convocation Center is the understatement of the day.
Yes, he has.
He loved it. He won that game against Bethel that year with final shot.
They're going to call a foul on Yao. They're just trying to put position and body on him, and they're not letting him play.
They're not letting anybody body up Opoku. Yao might as well go ahead and just play hard, and maybe Eric Brown's going to just tell him play hard. And I think this is what the tactics they use on Desjure Dickens, especially when Dickens was young, the Bethel 7-footer. They're going to do it on Opoku, and if you got enough bodies, you can do it. Red and Caver sitting on the bench with 3 fouls apiece. They're going to let Yao body him up a little bit more.
Potomac throws it away, Frank.
So a third foul picked up by Yao, but and he's going to stay. Moore gives a little breathing time to Joyner and lets him get some instruction from the coaches.
43-39, 2:30 left in the third quarter. Both teams playing well, defensive battle. The Stars are stars tonight, and we're just happy to be here and to broadcast this game for you on LSC as Jalen Ray goes right, switches over to his left.
That should be a block too, yep. It's a block too on number 15, Edward White, who slid right there at the end. So it's a great drive by Ray. Jalen Ray showing you why he's picked up by Hofstra.
Mad he went so far.
Well, it's a good read by Ray. You see him go to the left hand, which obviously White is not thinking, hey, he's left-handed. He's likely to go that way. Ray to line for 3. Got 5 in the quarter so far.
Ray's first shot, free throw is no good. As they battle for it, Godwin tried to get it. Opoku gets the ball over to Camp.
And there's so much pushing in there, you can't tell. They're just going to have to play tough here, both teams.
Free throws have to be made by Hampton if they want to win this game. They got to make their free throws. 6-point game for Hampton. Could be a lot more if they make their free throws. Camp. There's a Groggins. A little crossover by Camp. Hampton's right there. Over to McDonald. Good deep by Groggins. Back over to Camp. McDonald thought about the three. Grogan's right there, a little grin on his face as he plays.
Grogan's only has one personal foul. He's got a lot to give.
Yes, he does.
He'll tell you.
Camp, another crossover. Another
so,
good defense by Hampton as they're all over it. McDonald.
And they got Opoku. Yao doing a great job below on Opoku.
Camp tries to drive in, kicks it over to Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams' shot is no good.
That's Opoku's third foul right there.
Yeah, good call.
And no question it's a foul on Opoku. He is really being bodied up. And there's a conversation now about who the foul's on. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And Eric Brown's going to have a fit. So the call is on Yao.
Are they going to call a double foul? Are they?
I think no. The ball's going. Let's see if the arrow switch is double foul, but it's not. I think the foul is called on Yao, which is his fourth. And that's a very poor call. These guys are supposed to be the cream of the crop. They haven't showed it tonight.
And then they're going to call a foul on that on red.
Jalen Powell is checked in, number 52. Foul picked up, I think, on Groggins, wasn't it? It looked like 42.
42 or maybe. Opoku's free.
So three-point Washington with a three-pointer, three-point play.
So that'll lead us back to 3.
Well, the Crabber coaching staff's going crazy over there. Coach Bauer up. He says to Jalen Powell, you didn't do anything wrong.
I love talking to him. He's just full of knowledge.
Walter Brown had been in Hampton High since the fall of 1977.
He was your coach?
My JV coach. Took over the varsity in the early 80s.
He's coached some great players, as we talked about earlier in the year.
One of them here, Tyrod Taylor, right down the road from us. Mustadi Pitt is going to go man-to-man.
No call. No call as Pitt gets knocked down. That's kind of interesting.
Washington.
Spin move by Washington. Floater, no good.
Washington has got quick hands for a big man. Very quick hand.
Groggins
says, forget it. I'm going in.
No good. Pitt, again, come down with the Pitt. He tried to shoot it.
Crabbers just can't get it in the hole.
Camp going to try to go through 4 Crabbers. What are they going to call here? No call.
It's off the leg of the Crabber. It's going to belong to the Panthers.
Camp tried to go through 4 Crabbers on that one.
46 seconds to go in the third quarter here. Crabbers clean to a 3-point lead. Panthers charging.
Jalen Williams thought about the 3. Groggins is there.
McDonald, you got to watch him. He's the one that's hit the 3-pointer tonight. Nobody else is, I don't think, they haven't taken many.
Washington hit one, you're right.
Yeah, not many.
There's 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 45-42 Hampton. This game is tight, as we thought.
Crabber defense has been outstanding.
Yes, yes.
As Godwin guarding Camp now. Camp has been an offensive juggernaut tonight.
Over to Camp. Camp with another pull up by Camp. Going to be short. Rebound by Jalen Williams. Down to 9 seconds left in the game. Camp's going to take it. He's going to do a crossover. He's going to take a 3 by Washington. It's going to be short. And that's going to end the third quarter, 45-42 Hampton.
Well, a good quarter for the Crabbers. As the defense really stepped up there. They held the Panthers to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for Potomac in that quarter. So 45-42 Hampton as we go to the fourth quarter. So far, the fouls on the big men for the Crabbers hurt, but fortunately, Eric Brown's got plenty of guys over there given time. That time, Jalen Powell came off the bench, gave just what seemed to be a probably 10 seconds of game time, but about a minute and a half down here at the offensive end for the Panthers. Did a nice job.
You don't see many coaches this time of year use their bench as much.
No.
They usually keep their rotation. But you see Jalen Powell. I mean, of course, you're playing against a great player in the Opoku. So you want to body him up and show different looks. We've seen Red, we've seen Yao, we've seen Caver.
We're going to see a lot of Caver, I think, here in the fourth quarter, and then Red to back him up. You know, we noticed Albemarle, I think, played 7 players.
Yeah.
Mostly. I mean, they had some guys come in right at the very end, but 7 players.
And again, it seemed like Bethel doesn't have much of a bench. Hampton is deeper than people think. They go at least 9 deep.
Well, if they can keep the big 3 guards out there, then they can rotate the other ones, the forwards. So there's the Potomac and Hampton for their playoff lives today. This is big, like a state championship ball game right
Feels
here.
like it, yeah.
Certainly two evenly matched teams. Coach Honore out drinking water. He's going to need a lot. He's sweating a lot. He and Eric Brown with his trademark towel over there. He should get a little logo on that thing.
He should.
Eric Brown, raised in the coaching industry by Walter Brower, and the two of them have been working together for years, and they're almost one mind. And they're brilliant, I think. They've done a great job. And of course, we just met Keith Honore, but what an impressive run he's had. He works as an IT professional.
Yeah. And his son goes to Virginia Wesleyan, as we talked earlier to him about them going over to shoot around earlier today, not getting caught in the traffic on the way back.
Really could not have been a more pleasant guy to speak with.
Absolutely.
We're very impressed with his program. So this is where it comes down to. 8 minutes here at Hampton University, fourth quarter. This quarterfinal game, Bethel Bruins waiting in the wings to play Wakefield from Arlington for the nightcap. Good crowds come in now.
Yeah, great crowd.
Is it Tyrod Taylor, Cat Barber, two of the more popular Crabber players in their careers. All right, one away here. Joyner with Caver back. Caver and Red in.
And Camp once again.
So Godwin's getting a breather.
It's going to be Joyner. He's going to have to hit that shot. No good on Joyner. Goes over the glass. Joyner has to hit that shot. He was open. He's going to have that open shot when they collapse on Ray and Godwin. So no Godwin starting off.
Yeah, he's going to get a breather now. The Crabbers go back to that amoeba-like zone defense where they just rotate around. Washington's the one they really got to watch, and Camp has been driving the ball better than anybody tonight.
Opoku gets it inside. I don't know who he was throwing it to, but Joyner, once again, as he plays football, he needs to be a defensive back. He's playing great on defense tonight. Ray thought about the three, but Camp's right there.
Crabbers can take their time now. Red sets a pick and blocks half the gym.
Good move by Ray as he goes in. They're going to call a foul on a Opoku.
Wait a minute. Don't say that too soon. They may say Yao fouled him.
Yeah, exactly.
Poku picks up his third. That's a good play by Ray.
Yeah,
and again, they don't realize Ray's left-handed, so they go that way. And Opoku probably could have kept his hands down and still blocked the shot.
Ray makes the free throw, which is going to be crucial in the fourth quarter.
You're not kidding.
You know, being in the Peninsula District, we see a lot of teams do that to Bethel and DeJour Dickens.
Right.
With his height. They go to him, he swings, and they call the foul.
Well, he mentioned that today in his article. Nice article by Kate Yanchulis.
She's the best, isn't she?
She really is.
Second free throw by Ray is good. So it's a 47-42 lead. 5-point lead for Hampton. It's going to be a timeout call on the floor, Frank.
Little 30-second timeout here for the Crabbers. Coach Eric Brown and Walter Brower. Walter Brower Jr. are going to put their heads together and see what they can come up with here for the next 7 minutes and 12 seconds of the fourth quarter.
As you said earlier, Frank, 3 teams. We only have 4 high schools in Hampton, and 3 of them are in the state quarterfinals. I look back, I don't think it's happened. I think 24 years ago, we had the Phoebus girls with Lakeisha Frett, and the 2 boys teams, Hampton and Bethel, were in the state, but never had three boys teams at the same time in the quarterfinals.
At this level, it's quite impressive.
And that year, Phoebus girls and Bethel boys did win the state championship. So we'll see if we can get 2 teams, or even obviously all 3 can't win, but you know, we'll see if we can at least get one of these teams to win a state championship for the city of Hampton.
Well, Phoebus played today, right? We haven't gotten the score yet.
Haven't gotten the score yet, but I'll check it at the end of this game, and we'll bring it to you if we find out.
Here comes Elijah Camp for the Potomac Panthers. 23-2 on the year, the Panthers. So this being behind in the fourth quarter is something they're not used to.
Not at all. Only public school loss was to Norcom down here in the tournament.
And Washington missed that game.
Yeah. Crossover by Camp. Good pass over to Washington.
Watch the
Spin
hands
move
on
by
Washington.
Washington. Another floater, no good. Ray with a great rebound as he loses it, but Godwin gets it.
What a nice. See, Washington is so quick.
Yes, he is. And he has that floater.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Ray going right. Kicking over to Pitt. Pitt fakes the 3.
At this point, the Crabbers can take their time, look for a little opening. Red comes out, drawing the Tide with him. Middle opens up. Red gets the ball.
Over to Red, far side, guard by Washington. Caver pops out. They're looking at Pitt inside. He's got a post on a smaller guy. They're going to call.
My goodness, they call that on Camp. Camp's probably shocked, given what they've been doing Third foul on Elijah Camp.
Still
7 now the Panthers, 5 on the Crabbers for the in the half.
1-1 for Hampton. Pitt is on the line.
Well, given their free throw shooting so far, the Panthers are going to have to rely on this. If they fall further behind, they're going to have to try to foul.
Pitt's first free throw is good. Good shot by Pitt.
3 for 3 for the Crabbers here in the fourth quarter.
48-42 Hampton. Can they hold on, Frank?
Red down here and with Caver on the defensive end.
Second
Pitt.
free throw by Pitt.
Short. Oh, got it. Snuck it in there. Mustadi Pitt. 8 points for Mustadi in this game. Crabbers going to almost a 1-3-1 now.
They switch it up so much on defense. But they've had, like you said earlier, they've had a great defensive game.
Well, like the Virginia Cavaliers, they cover backside so well. They cover for each other.
Backline defense. Over to Washington. Washington skip pass over to Camp.
Well, Poku on the bench.
Oh, he doesn't take the shot. He goes inside this time. Misses the shot as Red grabs it, and you're not getting it from him.
Nope.
Just tell him it's like a football, and he'll take care of it.
Yep. Red has played very well tonight.
Great
Good rebound.
Ray calls out the play.
You notice they can play that defense with a Poku out.
Yes.
And he's sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. With 5 minutes to go in the fourth. No reason to hold him.
You still don't want to be conservative here. You want to try to still score. It's Red inside over to Caver. Caver, they're going to call a
foul on number 12, Jamal Washington, I'm sure. I would hope. He's the one on the defensive end. He picks up what I believe is his third. Jim Schaffner, the voice of the tournament, the voice of Darling Stadium. Very glad to have him here, along with the clock and the scoreboard. Veterans over there tonight. Matthias Caver's going to shoot the 1-and-1. Caver with 5 points in the ball game.
First free throw by Caver. He bounces in and out. He's got a nice stroke.
Yeah, he does.
Over to McDonald. Good double team. No call. Good call. Good defense by Hampton. Fake by Jalen Williams. He kicks it over to Camp. Camp does not want to shoot that. He's open. He's been open.
That's not his shot, though.
Not his shot.
He's an assist man.
Camp over to
Scores
McDonald.
11 a game.
Nobody out here for Potomac wants to shoot it.
Well, Poku's still on the bench.
And Potomac's coach saw that, but nobody wants to shoot the ball.
So the Hampton immediately switches to the 1-3-1 when Opoku goes to the bench, and it shuts down the Panther offense. 49-42 Crabbers with 4:53 to go here. A lot of ball game left.
Good to see the former Crabbers. I love to see the alumni come back, and especially the notables.
I got one up in the stand behind me. Big Frank Edgar.
Yeah, he's here.
Yep, he's here.
He's in the building, as they say.
Broken foot and all. He had a broken foot this week, and down here he played for the Crabbers in the very early 50s. Went on to play at King College in Bristol, Tennessee.
King College.
And the best thing he got out there, I think, was met my mother. Brought her back to Hampton.
The best thing. They've been at Hampton ever since.
That's right.
Have they been to Bristol to visit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was our traditional vacation there. Go to Bristol. Go see the farm, the dairy farm, and all that. Beautiful place out there.
I heard it was really nice.
They have a tournament. There's the Surrey girls are playing out there.
Yeah,
they won out there yesterday. A lot of good local basketball talent here in the 7-5-7.
And I tell this story all the time. I'm not originally from here, but when I came to college, the first person, of course, I heard about was Ronald Curry. And then ever since then, it's been player after player after player. No matter what sport, it's just been amazing on how many great athletes we've had come from this area. And some great athletes on the court tonight as well.
Really, given that the population differences between us and Northern Virginia, this is quite a collection of athletes.
All right, back to live action here.
And Opoku in the game, so the Crabbers stay in the 1-3-1, but they drop it back a little bit. Washington gives it up.
They're going to call a foul on Washington. That should be 2. Is that still 1-1?
I think that's his 4th.
And they had Godwin open for a layup. It's going to be 4 on Washington. That's huge.
I've got 4 on him. So Caver now, who's got to make the free throws.
Got to make these free throws. They've been missing free throws lately. Caver missed the front end of a 1-and-1. This time he makes it.
I was going to say the first miss didn't look bad.
Yeah.
Just kind of rimmed out. So gets a second one here. 50-42. 4:41 to go.
Still have to keep scoring, Frank. This Potomac team can score, and the second one's good.
Yes, they can.
It's a 9-point game with 4:40 left. Hampton holding on here at HU Convocation Center in Hampton, Virginia. Camp over to Washington with 4 fouls. Skips over to Camp. Camp's not a shooter. They're giving him the shot. Washington, good double team by Hampton.
He's got to,
and Godwin.
and he's got to be careful. He can't drive the ball like he likes to.
Scriber off. Rebound Ray.
Now that night, the block that time was Mustadi Pitt on Opoku.
Godwin for 3. This could be it. Off. That would have been a dagger there.
That would have been. Travers got to keep playing defense, though. They can't worry about that.
As Opoku gets the ball inside, he steps out of bounds. Good deep. I'm telling you, Justin Red, he's a football player.
Hey, the mask just draws the smaller man out.
He's a football player by day and a basketball player
Caver's
by night.
wide open down here. Now they see it. Justin Red against the press.
We're going to try a double team.
Trapped this time. Nice throw to Godwin. He takes his time, sets it up.
Over to Ray.
Travers running time.
3:58 left, fourth quarter. 9-point lead by Hampton. They've got to keep scoring, though. Ray into Pitt. Pitt pull-up jumper is good.
Got it. Mustadi with the bucket, 4 in the quarter.
53-42 Hampton. The winner plays the winner of the Bethel-Wakefield game tomorrow night, 7:45, right here at HU. Hampton trying to hold on. Hampton trying to hold on to this lead.
They're staying at 1-3-1.
And it's caused a lot of problems for
Red,
for
this is such a big one.
Spin move by Washington.
Well, that's a great play by Jamal Washington.
Timeout, Potomac.
I know we've been monotonous. That kid can play.
Oh, yeah.
And the way he drives the lane, he's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. And he's able to lift that ball up no matter how he's guarded.
He's a big size guard, too.
He really is. 16 now by my count for Washington. And he draws his team with inside of 10. 53-44, 3:28 to go. Coach Honore with, or Honore. We want to get that right. H-O-N-O-R-E. Get the little mark above it. Honore. Coach likes his defense, but it's been the Crabber defense that has played so strong here in the second half. That's the first basket for the Panthers in the fourth quarter, and they've gone 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes without scoring.
But again, with a team like Potomac, they can put on a run with a blink of an eye. So they have to keep scoring. As Ray's going to try to inbound, it goes to Caver. Good step out.
Opoku with 3 fouls. You see how fast he is.
Caver.
Opoku.
Yeah, he's very fast.
Man-to-man now for the defense. The hand checking's unreal, but they're gonna let him play. So Joyner's gonna set it up. Travers gonna take the time, and Eric Brown dissatisfied.
You don't want to see that look on your face.
No, you don't want to see his dissatisfaction. 3:09 left to go here in the fourth quarter. He's gonna bring his squad in and talk about this. But he's got to be pleased with the defense. 8 points for the Panthers in the second half so far.
I don't know how they scout these days, but they saw something in the Potomac offense that just put a light on, and they've played, I mean, they've double teamed, and they've used football players to body him up.
Right.
And Caver actually can do it by himself. He picked up some early fouls. We couldn't be as aggressive. But again, Red, Yao, Caver, and even we saw Powell come in and do some work on defense.
It takes a team in these playoffs. So the Panthers ready to go. 23-2 in a year. What a magnificent year for them.
Defending state champs, Frank.
Yet another magnificent year for them. We better say it that way.
I know we were talking, you got to put in perspective. We were talking to Robinson from Phoebus. He was just saying how many teams would love to be in a situation like this every year.
Right.
And we take it for granted for the Hampton teams. We're used to championships. When they don't win, they're like, oh, they didn't win. But, I mean, a team like Potomac, even if they don't win tonight, what a great year they've had.
Oh, outstanding and great 4 years. See the Crabber fans standing on the feet over there behind the bench. We got the old standbys here. Caver.
Good defense by Potomac as they try to force the ball out of Joyner's hands. Joyner's played a great steady game on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, a lot like his brother.
Joyner almost got to take it away to get back over the pit.
Crabber just going to burn some clock.
Why not? Up 9. Keep the ball out of the offense of Potomac. And they're already in the next foul will put them in a double bonus. Over to Joyner. Nobody's checking Joyner. He could have taken the ball to the goal, but why?
Well, we got a Poku down there who's the permanent block on the goal, so you got to watch him.
When do you start fouling for Potomac is the question. Caver over to Ray. Using a lot of clock here. 2:30 left. They're going to call a travel on Ray, and he pushed him first. No call. They're going to call a travel on Ray.
Eric Brown not happy at all with that. So turnover on the Crabber.
And you know what? This is a PD crew.
Yeah.
Peninsula District officiating crew. We've seen them before. We've seen them a lot of games. Camp. Good block by
Godwin.
By Godwin. This time they do call the foul.
That's got to be, I think, Camp.
Ray's on the front line shooting 2.
Yeah, it was Camp, his 4th.
What a great defensive game.
Well, the good hand by Godwin, you can see it go up. Godwin has grown so much. It's really, if you haven't seen him in a year, he's 6'6" now, plays guard. Old Dominion's going to be really pleased to have a guy that big with that kind of skill on the defensive end and, of course, that kind of shooting.
For what I understand, he's going to play right away. Because you lose Jordan Baker, another Crabber. He's a senior. First free throw's good.
Ray now 3 for 3 in this 4th quarter.
10-point lead by Hampton, but it's still not safe. 2:21 left.
Oh, no.
Second free throw by Ray, the lefty. It's good. Nice stroke, sweet stroke. We're to see him come down to William & Mary every year.
16
over
now.
to Hofstra, 16 for Ray. Another great defensive game.
Crabber, stretch it out.
It's travel, no call. Poku goes in for the layup. It's good. Timeout Potomac. They got away with a travel on that one.
That's a Poku's his first basket of second half. And only the third and fourth point for the Panthers here in the 4th quarter. So now they have 10 in the second half. 10 points in the second half.
Hampton's known for their offense, but they're playing a great defensive game tonight.
Well, we talked about it earlier. We talked about that, what I call the amoeba.
Right, amoeba defense.
Right, where it takes whatever shape it needs to, depending on what it faces. That zone defense that rotates around. Then they went to their 1-3-1, and I'm going to have to talk to Coach Brower and Coach Brown afterwards to see, all right, which left brain or right brain came up the 1-3-1 when Opoku went to the bench, because that defense confused the Panthers into the third quarter, beginning the 4th.
And it's so many small details in coaching that people don't understand. I mean, like you said, the switching of the defense. Opoku's been dominating all year. How do you stop him? You go to a 1-3-1.
And when you think about what they did to Frank Mason when they won the state title in 2012, Frank Mason, who's a senior at Kansas, one of the best players in the country, they rotated in of all 5 positions, guarded Frank Mason at one time.
Yeah.
He had 28. The rest of the team had nothing, very little, and Hampton eked out the win. Crabbers look intent.
Nobody's going to guard the inbound. As Ray has a free.
This may you want to sail one long. Let's see.
Everybody's taking one. It goes into Joyner. Give it to Ray. He's a good free throw shooter.
Now it's just a man-to-man, so.
No call. Pitt had it.
Take your time.
Back over to Joyner. When do you start fouling for Potomac is the question.
Can't foul. He's got 4. Washington's got 4.
Over to Joyner.
It's going to be, I think, Jalen Williams is going to be the designated foul number 2. Washington can't foul.
Godwin, good play by Hampton to keep the ball, keep away. Oh, North Carolina 4 corners.
That's right.
Smith instituted.
And it is Williams that's going to pick up a foul.
Got to make free throws though.
Jalen Williams, that's his 2nd, I believe. So to the line, Jalen Ray, his third set of free throws here in the 4th quarter.
Ray's first free throw. Good.
9 points for the Crabbers from the free throw line in the 4th quarter. Jalen Ray trying to put a 10th one up.
Second free throw, no good.
Off.
10-point lead for Hampton. 1:38 left in the ball game.
Defense back already. Washington's for three.
Three-pointer is no good. Rebound, Ray.
Ray, who was way up there.
They're going to keep fouling. They're
Foul
going to play the
call.
cat and mouse game the rest of the way.
McDonald. Ray almost hit his head on the rim. I don't know if you noticed that. He had that dunk earlier tonight, which was beautiful.
Oh, so nice.
So tight to the rim.
Great pass by Pitt.
So you see three Hampton Crabber defenders down here, Pitt, Red, and Caver. Only Godwin up on the line with Ray.
Free throw's good.
6 points for Ray in the quarter, 6 from the free throw line. Jalen Ray with a chance to put a 7th up. 11-point lead for the Crabbers, minute 28 to go.
Second free throw is good by Ray. 12-point game, Frank. 1:28 left in the game. It's Camp. You might as well let him shoot it. He's not going to shoot the ball.
No, he's going to look for somebody underneath, Poku or
Jalen
Williams.
Yeah. Gets away with another travel. This time Camp's going to have to shoot it. He's open. He shoots it. He scores. Potomac with another timeout.
His first 3-point bucket of the game. He's got 8 for the Panthers. 58-49 now. Minute 13, full timeout taken by the Panthers.
It's,
13 free throws for the Crabbers in the fourth quarter. They've made 11. So
Gotta
they put
keep
the
making
defense.
them. Gotta keep making them.
Yep. 7 points for the Panthers in the fourth quarter, 6 in the third, so 13 and a half. And the Crabber Band, Pride of the Peninsula, is here tonight.
Good to see.
Yep, and I hope to see a lot of big Bethel fans tonight. Got a lot of alumni from the Hampton Crabbers. Seen Anthony Barber, seen Tyrod Taylor. And we have more, I'm sure.
Maybe we'll see some Bethel alums on the next ball game. But first things first, 9-point lead for Hampton is they're trying to, I guess, hold on is the best way to say it, Frank. With 1:13 left in the game.
Got to get the ball in here. Panthers now they have to press.
Going to go for the
That's been open.
Play. As Pitt gets away, and he goes in for the layup, and it's good. Good play by Hampton. Jalen Ray to Pitt.
His 5th and 6 points of the quarter. Crabber defense sets up again. Camp, who had the 3-point shot.
Looking over, that's going to be, looks like McDonald for 3.
Oh.
Rainbow, and gets it.
McDonald's second 3-pointer of the ball game.
It's an 8-point game now. It's now God. They go in and foul Godwin, and God was a great free throw shooter. So hopefully he can knock these down.
Picks up his 3rd. 45 seconds to go, 60-52 Crabbers as Godwin goes to the line.
That looked like Tyrod Taylor to Todd Nolan on that.
It really did. That's been open, though, as the Panthers press.
So it's 60-52, Frank. Marquise Godwin at the free throw line for 2 free throws. The Old Dominion commit makes the first one. And you know what, Frank? I kind of had a sense once he was on that first quarter, hitting those threes and just asserting himself. I had a good feeling about this ball game.
Well, it also, the defense shifts to him and then opening things up for Mustadi Pitt and Jalen Ray.
Yes.
Two free throws for Godwin, giving him 18 points in the game.
Potomac in a lot of trouble now. It's a steal by Ray over to Godwin. Godwin doesn't have to go for it, but he goes for the up and under. Left-hand layup is good.
Godwin picks up the bucket.
And this could be it, Frank. Hampton looks like they're going to move on to the semifinals. Right here at HU, they take on the winner of Bethel and Wakefield. They're up by 12 with 25 seconds left. Kent with a 3. No good. 2 players collide and miss the ball as it's going to be hit the scoreboard by McDonald. So that's going to be
good hustle by Caver, and the Crabbers are going to win this ball game.
Hampton's going to move on. The last time they were in the semis.
Coach Honore is going to send in his substitutes. And the Panthers get a well-deserved round of applause from the fans. What a fine program at Potomac High School.
Great
Potomac Senior High School in Dumfries, Virginia. Keith Honore has no reason to be upset tonight. He got beat, but His team played very well, and they are fine champions. Congratulations to the Panthers. The Crabbers are going to move on here as Joyner's going to dribble it out. And that's the ball game. Final score here, 64-52. Marquise Godwin with 18. Jalen Ray with, 7, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 points. And Mustadi Pitt with, by my count, 12. So the big three in double figures. The stars of the game, I think, was the defense played by the Crabbers. I've got, what we got here, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13. 13 points and 19 points in the second half for the Panthers. Yes. That is quite a job by the defense of the Crabbers. So the Crabbers move on. 2 of the Peninsula teams have moved on to the state semifinals. Phoebus in round 3, in Division 3, and Hampton in Division 5. We're going to take a break here. Bethel Bruins will be taking the floor soon. Your final score in this third quarterfinal game of the day, 64-52, Hampton Crabbers.